Good morning, Pisces. Good morning. I hope you guys had a good night's sleep. I hope you woke up today feeling happy, safe, and peaceful. Thank you to everyone that has liked, commented, subscribed, and gave donations. Happy Tuesday. All right, let's see what we got going on for today. Let's pull a few of these. This is Misdemeanor by Serendipity Tarot. We also have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, angels, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me with this message today for my beautiful Pisces people. My Pisceanos, what messages do we have for Pisces? We got loss, offensive, and burdens. You're not trying to hear something. I'm hearing, heard it all before, but your lies ain't working now. I see you here with the hand, like, I don't really care. There's somebody here who is suffering, mourning, grieving. They lost something. They're in a place of pain. And you're not coming out very Pisces-like. I'm going to be honest, Pisces. Like, I'm not judging it. Like, I'm sure especially when I deal with cards, I'm going to see things. I know. But you're coming off very strong. You know, this could be a person you're in a relationship with that Nine of Pentacles. But let me see what I can get. It says rude, impolite, and disrespectful. Wow. Sometimes there's... Okay, let me say this different. Hold on, give me the words, because I'm feeling you out. I'm not here to paint you, like, what's that saying? Like, you can't blame a person, you know, for their reaction to a situation, or, you know, like, judge a person for a point in their life, you know, when you don't know the backstory. So the thing with you is you are an extremely loving person. If someone's going through a lot of pain, you will sit there with them and you will feel their pain. You're empathic. The majority of Pisces are empathic. Can we shut it off? Yes. But hold on. You will sit there with them. You will cry with them. You will figure out how to help them and try to make this person happy. And I just felt that. You can't make anybody happy. But you will try, because you're emotionally involved and you put your heart into it, you know. But there comes a point or a realization, I guess, that you can't make another person happy. What if they're like this a lot? What if it's always like, woe is me? What if it's always, you know, maybe it's their own bad choices and decisions that leave them in this place? At a certain point, it becomes offensive to you, you know, and that may sound harsh. They may see you as harsh. And the only reason they're seeing you this harshly is because you had to shut it down. You had to just like recognize that this was draining you. Here's burdens. It says unmanageable obligations and responsibilities. You can't take someone's cross, like their lessons in life. Like, you can't do it. We all have to figure out how to fill our own cup, how to make ourselves happy. I feel the need to share. Like, I suffer from depression, and I had good days and I have bad days. And I've learned that nobody around me can help me, that this is all on me. I have to take in and I have to do the work for it every single day of my life. So I do have moments when the serotonin is high, when I'm feeling my best physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually. And then there's the days where I got to work a little bit harder, or I have to listen to my body and it tells me what to do. Sometimes it'll tell me to rest. I got clinically depressed, which is the point where you can't even get out of bed to urinate. Like, it's just, you feel it, your body feels it, but the disconnect with the mind and the body is just not there. So I've worked really hard on the connection of mind, body, and spirit, because that helps a lot, especially with people who are depressed or even sad. Everyone gets sad, right? And for the record, the difference between sadness and depression: sadness is when there's something in particular you're sad about. Depression is like sometimes you just don't have any reason and you just are the same, so there is a difference there. But anyway, getting back to the point, Pisces, as much as you are an empathetic person and you would love to go and help, and give, what you started realizing was that you were taking on someone's burden and it was getting you nowhere. It became a responsibility for a person that I feel has already a lot and has come through, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you've come out, so much better. And it's like, sometimes these are tests in your life, like, you're not supposed to fix everyone's problems. You're not supposed to try to make somebody happy. Like, that's not who you are. Sometimes you can help people by your mere presence and showing people that it is possible to overcome difficult situations. And I do feel that energy here for a lot of you. And sometimes just being the person that made it out of where they're at, can show that person. But when someone becomes too selfish and they just want to latch on to you and like an energy vampire type of thing and drain you, for the life force that you have, it's like, that is offensive. You will become impolite and disrespectful in their eyes. Maybe it's disrespectful to them, but it's respectful for yourself. But now let's go deeper and see what we talking about, Willis. All right. Let me start with this loss. Spirit, tell me more. Wow. 5 of Pentacles. And the Sun. Let me do one more. 6 of Swords. See, when I get the Sun card, I was right on with the whole depression and sadness thing. Because a lot of times the Sun card comes after a place of darkness, after like a illness or something, So 5 of Pentacles is the energy of being isolated, abandoned, and broke, And then 6 of Pentacles is like they have nowhere to go. Maybe this is what they're supposed to be doing at this time, where they're supposed to be at. Maybe there's lessons they need to learn. I don't know, Pisces. What I do know is that you have went through all of these things yourself, and you went into this dark night of the soul place, and you managed to get yourself out. So the one thing you realized too was that it wasn't a change that anybody can give you. It was an internal change. So I just feel where you are seeing this person and there's nothing you can do. Like there was this realization for you that it's just a pit. It's just their time. They need this time to suffer, to mourn, and to grieve. You know, I don't know. This is what I'm getting. But Six of Swords is like they can't get away from it. They're desperately trying to come to a place of happiness. They are trying. But it's like very unsuccessful. There's something that they're missing here. Let me see. Give me one more, Spirit. The Magician, Pisces. Wow. Who did they piss off? There's someone here that, now this could be a couple things and I'm going to have to break it down. Hold on, guys. They could have pissed somebody off. Somebody that, you know, does some things, I don't know, cutting chickens, God knows what else, Pisces, I really don't know. This could also be the way that they speak. They speak very negatively. They don't know how to speak positive words. This could be somewhat of a pessimist or like or they always see the woe is me or like the glass half empty, like my glass is not full, even though they got some water in their glass, you know, like that's what I'm feeling. So that could be that as well too. So this is personal. Your hand is like, don't bring that over here. Let me get into the offensive. Wow, Knight of Swords. Woo! Knight, King of Swords. Why did I say Nine of Swords? Oh my God, did I say that? Yeah, Nine of Swords, sorry. The connection. My hands are over my face, Pisces, just like this too. I actually did this and this. I don't know why it happens. It just does. For me, sometimes I start doing it naturally. I did do that too, but that I was staring. Anyway, focus. So, but your lies ain't working now. This is past. This is the memories. And this is lies. And this is the traumas and the PTSDs. Heard it all before. Yes, do you see that? People get tired. You know, they just get tired. Like, I am not feeling a lot of the love, but I know you very well, so I can intuitively tell you that I know you took this person's problems as your own. I know at some point you just wanted to see them happy, but in the process, you, I don't know, kind of lost yourself, or you realized that this person was lying to you and manipulating you in some ways. And the past of some sorts was just not what it was or what you thought it was. And you might be a little mad about that. You might be a little bit like you got involved in their situation and you just want to break free from it. You don't want it anymore. You're just like, this is... So I don't see you as being rude, impolite, and disrespectful. I see you as making a very conscious decision of not taking on someone else's problem, especially knowing you working so hard to get out of it. So if people see you in any of these ways, Pisces, so be it. Let me get into this burdens. Six of Pentacles, it's never enough. King of Wands. One more. And the Four of Cups. I feel like I'm missing something here. Hold on. Someone didn't believe you for something, or they felt like you were lying about some type of trauma or PTSD in the past. You know what this gives me the energy of? And let me just say this. It's like back in the days, like people didn't believe in things like dyslexia or ADD, or maybe even having some type of psychic abilities or high intuition. A lot of times people thought you were crazy, or like schizophrenia, right? I don't know why that's coming to my mind. So sometimes you would tell people, let's just say, about your experiences with any of those things, or it could be others. I don't know. There's so many of you. And you were not called ADD, you were called dumb. Or maybe you had friends, and then they put you in a psych ward. They thought maybe you were schizophrenic. It's like that. Like that feeling is where you had a real issue, a real problem, and you got blamed for it. That's what I'm picking up here. All right, let's see here with the burdens. It's unmanageable obligations and responsibilities. It's going to be so mean. Now I get it. The rude, impolite, and disrespectful. It's on me. No, I'm not judging you, Pisces. It's either you or them. What are you going to do? You fought your way out of the dark night of the soul and all these other places, and to get to where you are today, and you're heavily protecting your sanity, your emotional, mental, physical sanity. I understand. Trust me, I do. You have your own problems, your own responsibilities, but oh boy. I am hearing the song. Hold on. It's you better be careful what you say to me, 'cause it might turn around on you. You better be careful what you do to me, 'cause somebody might do it to you. You don't hex people. You know what's coming to my mind with that hand? Please bear with me. What's coming to my mind with that hand is Celie, right? Celie from The Color Purple. She was very abused. And anyway, this is a form of abuse in itself. When somebody tries to, make you responsible for their emotional well-being, like this is abuse. So yeah, she was with an abusive husband. I can see this. It's like, and when she finally got better, she started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel type of feeling. She put her hand out, and she just, because he was about to strike her again. And she was like, I forget what she said. What did she say? But she put her hand up, and she kind of did, and he stopped. He froze. It was like her hand had power, and she was like, he did not cross. They did not cross. He could not lay that blow. So, see, it was like Celia. I'm not saying you were abused in that way, but what I'm saying is, you had enough. You've tolerated enough. So I knew it. I knew you're just not going to be rude and polite and disrespectful for no reason. I know this person in some way has earned all of that. And what I'm feeling is, this is something that Unfortunately, you feel this person has attracted into their life. And I believe it is because of things that they have said to you, because what they have done to you. They're experiencing some form of misfortune. I know they did it themselves, but it does feel that way with that hand and this energy here. It's just karma. It all comes back. It was never enough too, Pisces. I could feel it. It was like throwing things into a bottomless pit. And all it did was bring you down too. All right, let's see what advice do we have for Pisces. Block, 8 of Wands. Page of Pentacles. It definitely feels like a sealed fate. Page of Pentacles to me is the sign of like contracts. And then we have like 8 of Wands, which is like a block. So you made a decision, a strong one, because I'm seeing it as a contract. Like you made a deal. You was like, no more. You really have woken up to how you were getting used and emotionally, like with giving your heart out for I don't know how many years or what's going on here, for how long that was, but you did. You woke up to it. You started feeling like, wait a minute, like, am I stupid? Yeah. Like, do you think I'm dumb because I care? So yeah, it's the feeling of there's no more here. Under advice, it's like stick to what you know, Pisces. Like you've already seen it all with this person. You've already seen their patterns and their ways. Sometimes even hearing things can emotionally get you upset and bring you back. So I see why you're being rude and polite and disrespectful in their eyes in some ways with by not taking on their stuff anymore. And it's like you're taking care of yourself. All right. Let's do career and money. Let's stay with the same deck. All right. 6 of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. So something with your career, your hobbies, your finances, whatever is helping you to heal at this time. It's unraveling a lot of the pain that you've had inside of your heart. So I do feel where you are getting noticed in some form of attention, some type of following. A lot of times this is social media. Just so you know, Pisces, I've been getting this weird feeling with a lot of you about fame and fortune. I've just been feeling it. A lot of you do have important things to say that is going to help to heal. You know, sometimes even just being a presence, like next to someone, can help a person heal. It's not exactly that you're saying something, it's more that you are being like a testimony. You're like showing people that I have made it through something, and they can see you and they see that you're okay, and then it feels like they can too, that they're not alone in this dark night of the soul type of energy. But there comes a point, like there's some people I feel like you can be that person for. You do sit there and you let them work their feelings out themselves. And then there's another person here that wants you to work it out for them, to fix their problems for them, to make them happy. Like that, like what I just heard, you can't make anybody happy. So I don't know, this has something to do with your job too, Pisces, and I don't understand, but I'm reading the energies. All right, let's close this off with the Oshos. Comparison. Oh my God, did I just see schizophrenia? Hold on. I did. I did. All right, hold on, guys. You're not crazy. One way to know the good voice and the bad voice, the bad voices will make your life more difficult. The good voices seem to leave you more peaceful or put you down a right path. And even if sometimes you make that decision or that choice from hearing things or following this voice or whatever it is, you, and even if you feel like it's bumpy and you're like start questioning, oh, I don't know if I did the right thing, you'll always see the light at the end of the tunnel. You'll see like where there is some form of confirmation or some form of like, okay, I'm starting to see the progress now, and that's how you know the difference between, having a serious issue or like hearing the wrong voices and hearing the right voices. So let me pull one more. Spirit, tell me more. Moralities and the mind. So whoever this person is comparing themselves to you. How I definitely feels like you were able to make it out of something and they have not been able to. And they're starting to wonder. I have this morality here, like maybe they're just not good enough or a good enough person for the type of healing or the change that you have been able to manifest in your life. I don't think that's it. I think it's a problem of the mind. I see here that sometimes there may be other issues as well, especially the way that they speak. But that's what they're in the belief of. And I still feel where someone thinks you're crazy. I felt it and I feel it again. Maybe that's why you're so rude and impolite and disrespectful and offensive sometimes, Pisces. I'm not calling you these things. Like, you have to understand that sometimes when you don't give people what they want, they'll call you mean. When you don't bend to their messed up reality because you know you don't win in this reality, you got a problem. How could you do this to me? And then there goes the crazy, Let's see what else I can get. I think you really worked really hard with your morals and your standards and what you're willing to tolerate. Like, you have a newfound sense of self-respect. Dignity is what I'm feeling. You don't want to go backwards. That's the biggest thing in life, Pisces. And for the people that know, yes, I have been in a mental health institution. And I made it out. So there is some energy here that, because I felt it and then I feel it again here with that. Mind, body, and spirit. You have to work on that every single day. Do something for your body. Eat something good. Take a walk. Pray. Meditate. Feed your mind healthy things. Like, there's somebody here that's not healthy in the mind. Like, they speak negativity. And it's like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, right? Everyone has their own walk in life. You can't take somebody else's cross or burdens. You had to figure it out on your own. I'm going to tell you the quick story for myself, Pisces. Like, when I went away, I was gone. And I've tried it all. There was so many different medications, and that made it worse. The medicines made it so much worse. And so then that therapy. I did all that stuff. And therapy works, medications work for everyone. So again, everything is tailor made for your individual journey. But for me, it didn't work. What worked for me was the Holy Spirit. It was God. It was a visitation that I had that changed everything for me. And I will share it with some that don't know, I'm sure. I was at my lowest moment, and this light came to me, picked me up. I was on my knee, I was on the ground, and picked me up, put me on my knees, and it was Jesus. Because I know it was Jesus. It was a light. I didn't see anything else other than light, but I knew it was him because he made me feel everything that he went through. And I was able to make the comparison for myself, like, oh my God, everything you went through, I'm going through too. So, the betrayal, the abandonment, the being called things, so he made me feel like we walk the same path in life. As crazy as that sounds, it's true. People that were supposed to be there weren't. And then at the end, he showed me the way with, I said it. He didn't even say it. I said it because we went every step of the way, and there was this comparison. And then I said it. I said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And there was such a release. And I was very different after that. And I remember the doctors that saw me at my worst, one day seeing me at my best. And they all came, they called each other in. And I was sitting across the room from a bunch of doctors. And they asked me, what did it? What? And I'm like, was it here? Was it the therapy? Was it the, and I said, it was God. Plain and simple. So, I don't want to cry, but there was a need for me to share that with you for some reason, because I think whoever this person is or whatever's going on here, give them to God, Pisces. Release your mind. You're not being rude. You're not being offensive. You're not being impolite. You just know better than to follow down a person who's in the wrong path, right? Especially when you found the right path. Can't do that to yourself anymore. Not after how hard you've worked. All right, Pisces, I hope you liked the reading. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.